Have you ever found yourself holding on to a relationship that no longer feels right? One that drains your energy, challenges your values, and leaves you questioning your worth? You're not alone. Many of us have poured our hearts into connections that once brought us joy, only to realize they've become sources of pain. But what if I told you that letting go of what no longer serves you isn't a failure, it's an act of faith? Today, we're diving into the difficult but necessary journey of recognizing when it's time to walk away, trusting that God has something better in store for you. Let's explore how to protect your peace, honor your values, and step into the relationships you truly deserve. Letting go of someone is never easy. Relationships are deeply intertwined with our sense of identity, and the idea of walking away can feel like a profound loss. They are the threads that weave through the fabric of our lives, connecting us to others in ways that shape who we are. But the truth is, not all relationships are meant to last forever. When a relationship becomes toxic, one-sided, or consistently forces us to compromise our core values, it can hinder our spiritual growth and emotional well-being. You might have poured years into a connection that seemed to promise fulfillment, only to realize that it was draining you spiritually. Relationships should be sources of support, encouragement, and love, not places where we continually sacrifice our convictions or peace. As we grow older, we become more acutely aware of the toll that unresolved conflict takes on our spiritual health. Perhaps you've experienced firsthand the gradual erosion of your sense of self, your peace, and your faith when you are forced to repeatedly compromise what you know is right. It starts small, a little lie here, a small compromise there. But over time, these seemingly insignificant choices can accumulate, creating a chasm between you and your values. God calls us to live with integrity, to honor Him in all that we do, and to remain firm in our values, especially in our relationships. When someone in your life continually pressures you to compromise your values, it can feel like you're standing at a crossroads, torn between the desire to please them and the knowledge that you must stand firm in your faith. It's a painful place to be, caught between the fear of losing someone you care about and the quiet, persistent voice of God reminding you of who you are and what you stand for. But in these moments, remember that God never intends for us to choose between His commands and the desires of others. He is not asking us to abandon our relationships, but He is asking us to honor our faith above all else. Walking away from a relationship that encourages you to compromise your values is not about abandoning the person, it's about choosing to honor God with your life. It's about trusting that God will lead you to relationships that support and uplift your values, where love, respect, and spiritual growth can flourish. Though it may be painful to let go of someone you care about, know that God's plans for your life are always greater than your own. He sees the bigger picture even when we cannot. He desires to protect your heart, your integrity, and your future. By staying true to the values He has placed within you, you allow God to open the door for relationships that align with His purpose and bring you closer to the person He created you to be. Recognizing the signs that God is calling you to let go is not always easy, but it is essential for your spiritual and emotional well-being. When you are continually asked to compromise your values, you are being pulled in two opposite directions, toward God's righteousness on one hand, and towards something that diminishes your faith on the other. This inner conflict can distance you from God and create dissonance in your life, as the tension between honoring Him and trying to please others eats away at your peace. It's like trying to hold on to two ropes pulling in opposite directions. Eventually, something has to give. The absence of peace in a relationship, the continuous cycle of hurt, and the need to compromise our values all serve as clear indicators that God may be guiding us to let go. It may seem like a painful step, but trusting in God's wisdom and timing allows us to walk forward with confidence, knowing that He is guiding us toward healthier, more fulfilling relationships that reflect His love. Walking away from a relationship does not mean giving up on the person, it's an act of obedience. Trusting that God is protecting our hearts and leading us into relationships that align with His will. God's plans for your life are greater than any relationship that asks you to compromise your faith or values. He desires relationships that build us up, strengthen our faith, and draw us closer to His heart. When we trust in His guidance, we can move forward with peace, knowing that He will lead us into relationships that support, nurture, and honor His love and truth. Letting go is not a sign of failure. It's an act of faith, trusting that God has a better path ahead for you. It's about believing that He can restore what has been broken, heal what has been wounded, and bring beauty from the ashes of what you leave behind. It's about understanding that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for the other person is to release them into God's hands and trust Him to work in their life, just as He is working in yours. As you reflect on the relationships in your life, ask yourself, are they bringing you closer to God, or are they pulling you away? Are they sources of joy and peace, or do they leave you feeling drained and discouraged? Are they helping you grow into the person God created you to be, or are they holding you back from His purpose for your life? These are not easy questions to answer, but they are necessary. God desires for you to live a life of abundance, not just in material terms, but in love, joy, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. He wants you to be surrounded by people who reflect His love, who encourage you to grow, and who walk alongside you in faith. So if you find yourself in a relationship that no longer aligns with God's will for your life, take heart. Letting go is not the end. It's the beginning of something new. It's an opportunity for God to work in your life in ways you may not yet understand. It's a chance to step into the fullness of His plans for you, trusting that He will provide what you need and guide you to where you are meant to be. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. God is with you every step of the way, offering His strength, His peace, and His unfailing love. Trust Him. Let go of what no longer serves His purpose for your life and step forward in faith, knowing that He has something better in store for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this message resonated with you, or if you've ever found yourself at a crossroads in a relationship, let me know in the comments below. I'd dive to hear your story and how you're navigating these challenges. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. God is with you every step of the way, and so is this community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message today. Sometimes the simplest act of sharing can make a world of difference in someone's life. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. Together, let's grow in faith, find peace in God's promises, and step into the relationships He has designed for us. Until next time, remember, letting go isn't the end, it's the beginning of something beautiful. Trust God, protect your peace, and keep walking in faith. See you in the next video.